Stand up for me. I'm going to have you face that wall. Okay, just face it. Lift up your hands. Okay, come face this wall. How you doing, face me?
Sound of freedom slipping away from Chris Watts there. Convicted triple murderer, handcuffed for the first time when he was arrested and charged with the murders of his pregnant wife, Shanann, and their two young daughters, Bella and Celeste. Watts now going by inmate number 182906. He's been awaiting final transfer to the prison where he will serve out his multiple life sentences. But this morning, we're finding out that prison's not going to be in Colorado because of safety concerns. Watts is going to be moved potentially to another state facility, maybe a federal facility. Join me to talk about it, Percy Pitzer, a former federal prison warden and executive vice president of Creative Corrections. Percy, thanks for being with us. So why the move? I mean, obviously Chris Watts, for what he's convicted of, he kills his pregnant wife and two young daughters, so he's a target. But what makes the system say, all right, we got to move him?
Well, I think no matter where you move him, there's going to be issues. And, you know, there's still honor amongst inmates in many respects. When you kill two children, your own daughters and wife and a baby on the way, inmates don't appreciate that. And I think he's going to have a long, hard life ahead of him because I can't see him ever going in population.
Yeah, from what we gather, obviously Watts is a high-profile inmate. He's been at the Weld County Jail. From what we gather, model prisoner, pretty quiet, respectful. But there's one instance where he was moved, and the description, as it goes, says that other inmates were booing, yelling at him. So to your point, yeah, he's a target. Do you think something specific happened where again, he has to be moved?
Well, I think his life will be at risk in just about any population you put him in because of the nature of his crime. I mean, inmates would not go along with that for the most part.
What did you do as a warden? High profile, to your point about inmates, not appreciating certain criminals. What do you do to keep someone safe?
I'd keep him in segregation. I don't know how you can keep him safe in population because it is a high-profile case. It did receive a lot of media attention. I mean, he's going to be known. You cannot hide his identity. And if you put him in general population, the risk of him being hurt or killed is very, very high.
Will it always be, or does that threat fade over time?
Oh, I think pretty much the rest of his life is going to be doomed with being alone in segregation. People have long memories. When you kill your own children, an unborn child and your wife, I mean, that image is not going to go away.
Yeah, it's such a high-profile case. We've seen the pictures, the Facebook videos, picture-perfect family, and we know he kills his wife, Shanann, little baby on the way, Nico, and two beautiful little girls. You look at other cases. There's Scott Peterson. He's convicted of killing his pregnant wife, Lacey, yet he has survived. Thoughts on that? Other criminals and convicted murderers who have stood the test of time, so to speak.
Well, he is on death row in California, and he is housed with people of his own kind, and the likelihood is less for him to be hurt than it would be for this gentleman.
Got it. Okay, but the future for Chris Watts, you say, is pretty bleak. He's gonna have a tough road here the rest of his life behind bars.
it's very bleak and probably deserving.
Yeah.
I mean, when you kill your own children, an unborn child, and your wife, I mean, there's a price you have to pay for that.
Yeah, well put. Percy, thanks again. Percy Pitzer, former federal prisons warden. We appreciate your time. Thanks again.
Thanks.
And I want to let everybody know later this week, you do not want to miss an HLN special. Family Massacre, Chris Watts Exposed. That's this Friday, December 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern.